This is ABC15 Mornings.
Together, we need to get through Labor Day weekend, really protecting one another.
Labor Day weekend right here in the midst of a pandemic. How about some tips from the experts on ways to enjoy your holiday safely?
And if you're hoping to spend some time outside, you'll want to plan carefully because it is going to be heating up this weekend.
Yeah, lather on the sunscreen, right? Drink lots of water. A cold shower might wake you up too. Why not? As we get you revved up and rolling into this holiday weekend. Thank you so much for joining us here on ABC 15 Mornings on a Friday. Kaylee O'Kelly here in studio. Our Nick Saletti is social distancing from home. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Happy Friday, Kaylee. Happy Friday, everyone. We're headed into that holiday weekend, and it is going to be a hot one. Meteorologist Jorge Torres is in for Iris today. He's got a look at that most accurate forecast on this Weather Action Day. Hey, Jorge.
Hey, good morning, Nick. Yeah, we're expecting another sizzler later this afternoon. In fact, it could be a record-setting afternoon once again. But enjoy this morning as temperatures are mild throughout the valley on this Friday, the day before, well, for some of you already starting the Labor Day weekend. 78 right now in Chandler, 84 in Mesa, Avondale now at 84 degrees, and at Sky Harbor it is 86. Perhaps some of you heading that way for a flight for the holiday weekend. A look at the planner for the rest of the day, showing those temperatures reaching the 90s by 8 o'clock and the triple digits by noon. And there is our expected high, 113. So we are on record watch today. But there is some good news in your 7-day forecast. We're talking a cold front. Yes, a cold front. I'll tell you how cool it'll get after this big heat wave we have to go through coming up in your most accurate forecast.
All right, thanks so much. Hey, Chelsea Davis here. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. We made it. All right, I'm watching the accident log group traffic maps, and we have Friday-like conditions right now, especially on the north side of town. We barely have any breaks for I-17, Carefree Highway, Loop 303. The 101, we are seeing some brake action if you're traveling in the westbound direction just after State Route 51. I'll look into it, make sure nothing's going on there, but no reports of anything, just a higher volume of traffic on the 101 and also I-17 and I-10 as you approach the stack, but overall still looking at mostly green flows for not only the west side of town and north side of town, but especially the east side of town. Desert drive times also looking great. 23 minutes is the longest we have for I-17 traveling southbound from Loop 101 down to the stack.
Chelsea, thank you. The next 4 days seen as a pivotal moment in the fight against the coronavirus. Health officials want everybody to take as many precautions as they can. Thursday was the first day in 3 weeks where Arizona saw more than 1,000 new coronavirus cases. Dr. Anthony Fauci says nationwide cases are still high. He says it's really this simple. If the virus spikes this weekend, it is going to be bad during the winter months, especially with the flu on its way.
We don't want to see a repeat of the surges that we have seen following other holiday weekends.
Yeah, well, we all remember what happened after Memorial Day and 4th of July. Packed bars, nightclubs, and huge crowds at the lake and Salt River. Now, a month after that, the governor shut down businesses and gyms, so just a week before 4th of July. As a state, we did much better during that 4th of July weekend because of that. Now, the Arizona Department of Health Services is urging everybody to find their, quote, quarantine. So if you're going to have a barbecue or maybe a small pool party, try to keep it to 5, maybe 10 people at most from 2 or 3 households, but no more than that. Now, this comes as the CDC is now predicting the number of deaths from the coronavirus could hit 211,000 by the end of this month. Right now, the death toll nationwide is just under 187,000. 5,100 of those deaths come from here in Arizona.
Wow, well, because of this holiday weekend and so many people just craving an opportunity to get social, the CDC understands this, and that is why they are offering some guidelines to keep everybody safe here or safer. If you're having a barbecue, they recommend single-serve options, things like individual condiment packs instead of bottles of ketchup and mustard. Use disposable plates, they say, and utensils, and ask everyone to wear a mask. If you're getting out of town, here's what the CDC is suggesting for you. Of course, they say wear a mask. Carry hand sanitizer with you that contains at least 60% alcohol. Those disinfectant wipes will help too for door handles. If you are driving, pack your own food, they say as well, so you do not have to stop and interact with too many people. So once the cookouts and the traveling is over, it is time to ramp up the learning. Decisions have been made here, and a lot of kids are going back to school, or at least they're going to have that option. We want to get you over to Mark Thompson, social distancing from home. And Mark, the next few weeks are going to be critical to see if kids can get back to at least some sort of normalcy, whatever that is. Good morning.
Yeah, they sure are, Kaylee. Good morning to you. And so many groups affected in this. Take the kids, for example. They've been stuck at home since March, and many of them, they haven't seen their friends in over a year. And then you've got parents becoming de facto teachers, a lot of them struggling with online and virtual learning, or teaching for that matter. But as you mentioned, that is all about to change. In the next 2 weeks, we're likely to see more than 100,000 students start coming back to class across the country. One of the largest districts will put their data out for the world to see. Chandler Unified says that it will have a public online dashboard with district COVID-19 data available. The district begins in-person learning in 10 days. We spoke with one board member who understands the safety concerns, but says his decision was made after speaking with principals.
Every single one of those principals said their kids were getting farther behind. And one principal said, you know, here's what I'm not happy with. You're not trusting us that we want to keep our families safe and our staff safe.
And that was Dave Evans. He tells us that his personal cell number was shared across social media, and he received hundreds of messages from parents before he made his vote for a return to the classroom. And that just shows how passionate parents are on this issue, as are teachers and school officials for that matter. And coming up in our next half hour, we're going to dig even deeper into this area that's got so many people divided, but yet and still the plans are in place to bring students back to school. Reporting live this morning, Mark Thompson, ABC15 Arizona. Back to you.
All right, Mark, thank you. And just to piggyback on what he's talking about, next Tuesday, several districts do begin in-person or hybrid learning options. Some include Gilbert, Higley, Peoria, and Cave Creek. ABC15 Mornings is going to provide you team coverage as we continue to see kids across this valley go back to the classroom. Public policy polls show education is a top issue in our state right now, and it is why we are committed to helping you get your kids back to school safely. And you can see the reopening plans of every single district. It's easy to do. Just log on to abc15.com/schools.
Well, new this morning, the Labor Department has just released unemployment figures for the month of August. The unemployment rate falling from 10 to 8.4%. That's the lowest since the coronavirus shutdown began in March. The report has increased the Dow Jones futures after a disastrous day on Wall Street yesterday. The market will open up in just about 20 minutes or so. Many unemployed Arizonans are wondering how they'll survive if federal assistance ends soon. The state's unemployment pay alone is low, and will people get money for the months they weren't paid for because of accounting issues? Well, new this morning, our Joe Ducey hears from a family wondering what they're going to do next.
How bad has it gotten for you guys?
We have $5.17 to our name.
Bill collectors threatening, homelessness a possibility. It's a tragic story we are hearing too often.
And you feel like a failure with your family because they relied on you. And I've let them down. I've let my son down.
Just a few months ago, Andrea Bart had a thriving cleaning business. Then came COVID.
Nobody was really spending that money.
And her new full-time job is not paying. Calling the state's Department of Economic Security, asking why her unemployment pay stopped months ago, and getting no help. Andrea only sees active issues or in progress when she looks at her account. What does it mean? Why can't it be fixed? What can she do? And now another question. What happens to the thousands of dollars she says she's owed if federal assistance isn't available?
I don't see how Arizona thinks anybody could live off $117 a week.
Andrea is now facing some very tough decisions.
I have these rescue dogs.
One rescued from a fighting ring, but now no money to feed them.
They will probably be put down because unfortunately they are pit bulls. And it breaks my heart because they are your family. Mm-hmm. And I just don't even know what to tell my son.
It's a tough reality, not the lesson a mom has spent her life trying to teach her son.
Go to work every day, work really hard, and things will work out for you. And that's not what's happening. I'm begging and pleading. I'll clean toilets. I'll pick up trash. I'll do anything. but there are so many other people that will do anything too.
Concerning Andrea's dog, she says she can't find a shelter to take her pit bulls. We're working on that. If you can help, let me know. Email us, rebound@abc15.com. For The Rebound Arizona, I'm Joe Ducey. If you got a problem, let me know.
All right, Joe, thank you. Up next here on ABC 15 Mornings, truth be told, a few dollars can still go a long way. New at 6, it's an in-depth look at how Senator Martha McSally and Mark Kelly are funding their political campaigns. Plus, 3 days off with family and friends. We have a list of things to do this Labor Day weekend. Hang on, Arizona, we're back in a moment. Okay, moms and dads, you have to hear this. The largest hospital system in our state has a warning right now about a dangerous social media trend. It's called the Benadryl challenge. This one encourages people to take as much allergy medicines as possible to hallucinate. Poison experts with Banner Health asking all parents to talk to their kids about the risks of this. And so far, Banner has not reported any hospitalizations linked to the challenge, but there are increased concerns because of a rise in cases being reported across the country.
Tracking your most accurate forecast on this Friday, I'm meteorologist Jorge Torres. We go into weather action mode today because of the excessively hot temperatures that we're expecting, not just today, but throughout the holiday weekend, including Labor Day. A clear start, though, on your Friday morning with expected to look like that for the next several days. However, the concern, besides the heat this afternoon, will be the ozone. It's going to be in that unhealthy category. That's why there's an ozone high pollution advisory for your Friday. So if you suffer from asthma, COPD, or have another respiratory related issue, you want to limit your time outdoors to go along with the heat as well this afternoon. Currently 86 degrees in Phoenix, 45 in Flagstaff, 40 at the Grand Canyon. So obviously the cool spots to be are up in the high country and along the rim for those of you who want to escape the heat for the holiday weekend, including in Heber and Show Low, where temperatures are in the 40s and 50s this morning, including Window Rock there on the Navajo Nation. 80s as you head to the west, though, including Yuma and Lake Havasu City, where highs this afternoon will be well in excess of 110 degrees, which is why those excessive heat warnings take effect beginning at 10 a.m. So the concerns will be, besides sunburn, dehydration, heat-related issues, but also record heat. We're calling for a high today, in fact, of 113. That will break the record that was set just a year ago at 112. And then Saturday, we're still calling for highs at 113. That would tie the record set back in 1945. A little cooler on Sunday and also on Labor Day, but highs will remain at and above 110 for the next 4 days. So we're currently sitting at 50 days with highs at or above 110 this year. If the forecast pans out, it'll be 54 before it's all said and done. Today in Sedona, 102. So even if you want to escape to the Red Rocks, it's going to be hot there for sure. 99 in Prescott, 99 in Payson, 92 in Heber and Show Low. One spot in the 80s, Flagstaff today 89, but Bullhead City and Lake Havasu City anywhere from 114 and 116. So look at the 4 days here in the valley as far as the forecast showing us in weather action mode with those highs anywhere from 110 to 113. And that planner showing those temperatures reaching 103 by 11 o'clock. So for you hikers, bikers, and joggers out there, I'd recommend getting outside now before 10 a.m. So I'll look at that 7-day forecast showing those temperatures staying anywhere from 110 and 113 through Monday. Then look at Tuesday onward. We cool down a bit. 106 with a slight chance of a shower Tuesday with occasional breezes ahead of a cold front that will drop temperatures, at least here in the valley, into the mid and upper 90s beginning next week.
ABC 15 Desert Drive Time, sponsored by Accident Law Group.
All right, thanks so much. Hey, we're looking forward to a break. We'll take it. I'm watching the Accident Law Group traffic maps, and so far it's been great and quiet so far this morning. We're going to start on the north side of town. I-17, Carefree Highway, Loop 303, clear. If you plan to travel up to, let's say, I don't know, Flagstaff or something, if you're headed out right now, I-17 northbound between Loop 101 up to I-40 looks really nice. Just 101 minutes, so less than 2 hours to get you up to Flagstaff. If you're traveling from the west side of town, maybe you have to go to work today and you're heading into downtown Phoenix. Barely any breaks on I-10 at all. Same story with I-17, not only before the stack, but also after that point closer to the split. Great desert drive time on I-10 eastbound right now between the 303 all the way in through downtown Phoenix to the mini stack. 20 minutes to go 23 miles. East Valley also showing lots of green conditions out there. Loop 202 Santan, especially if you're traveling westbound between US 60 and I-10. 21 minutes to go 24 miles. And with our ADOT camera, the other Loop 202 Red Mountain, near Lindsay is just stunning. This is making me want to start painting again. I don't know about you. But anyway, I'll check back in with you guys in a few minutes and let you know if anything changes on the roads.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty, Chelsea. I had to sneak a peek and look over at that. Hey, let's talk about this right now in terms of mail-in voting this morning. Your voice, your vote. The presidential election is officially underway. Today, North Carolina will begin sending out mail-in ballots. Other states will follow suit throughout the month. Election officials are bracing for a historic number of mail-in ballots because of the pandemic. In North Carolina, more than 600,000 people requested mail-in ballots, which is 16 times the amount from the previous election. The Senate race between Mark Kelly and Martha McSally expected to be one of the most expensive in Arizona history and in the country. You've probably seen some of their ads. But as our Justin Pizzera found out, some of the money isn't coming from big PACs or donors. It's actually coming from donations as small as $5.
It is shaping up to be one of the most expensive races in the country. Martha McSally and Mark Kelly combined raising more than $74 million. Truth be told, a good chunk of that money is not coming from big-time donors. It's coming from Americans from all over the country donating as little as $5 through digital platforms, Win Red and Act Blue.
I would look at Act Blue and Win Red in the same way that we look at Visa or MasterCard. They're really a middleman in a process of the way that that money is exchanged.
Tyson Schlink has worked in political fundraising in Arizona for 11 years. He says Win Red for Republicans and Act Blue for Democrats has made it easier than ever for you or anyone who isn't even in Arizona to donate. According to McSally and Kelly's latest finance report, Kelly received $16.3 million through Act Blue. More than 100,000 donations are under the $250 reporting threshold. The median Act Blue contribution, just $35.
The vast majority of them under $25, under $50.
McSally has received $7.3 million through Win Red. However, it's hard to determine McSally's median contribution since Win Red bundles the contribution under $250. Tyson says this whole idea of donating to candidates goes back to the 1960s when Richard Viguerie figured out how to do direct mailing for Republican candidates. The messaging was key.
And that message was persuasive, it was emotional, it was powerful enough to incite in them the desire to write a check and mail it to a candidate.
For decades now, Republicans have cornered the market on getting donations through the mail. It's long been considered the most trusted system. But truth be told, while Republicans relied on mail-in donations, Democrats developed a system to donate digitally.
Act Blue will probably do over $1 billion this election cycle. That's a lot of money to move, mostly in a 9-month period.
Act Blue has been around since 2004. Over the last 16 years, it's helped raise more than $6 billion for campaigns and initiatives. Republicans launched Win Red just 1 year ago.
If the Republican Party wants to have a sustainable base of donors, they have to train a younger demographic how to give, when to give, and why they give.
In Phoenix, Justin Pizzera, ABC15 Arizona.
All right, Justin, thank you for that fascinating report. The deadline to register to vote here in Arizona is October 5th. Early voting begins on October 7th.
Back to school in the East Valley. How a decision made for thousands of families came down to just one person.
Smart shopper Chelsea Davis here, and it may be fall, but it still feels like summer. So I'm testing out a product to see if it can help cool us down. It's called the Arctic Breeze Mobile USB Fan, and I'll let you know if it's bull or no bull. It came in clear and easy to read packaging, saying it's ideal for smart chargers, power banks, and laptops. Since this wind machine is USB powered, I'm going to plug it into my laptop. It has a flexible neck, so I'm going to put it into position first. As soon as I plugged it in, the fan blades started moving. I needed to reposition it to face me. Just be careful when you unplug it. The fan blades hit my hand, though they didn't really hurt. After changing the angle and plugging it back in, it held the position. I can definitely feel the breeze sitting here, and it is gently making my hair wind blown. It's not an energy vampire. The good news is it didn't affect the battery power. We bought the Arctic Breeze Mobile Mini USB desktop fan for a little over $10 on Amazon. So where does it rank on our bowl or no bowl meter? I'm going with Noble! And if you want to give it a try, go to our website, abc15.com/smartshopper.
All right, Chelsea, thank you so much. Well, if you are looking for something to do indoors over the holiday weekend, you could go to the movies. Today, Cinemark opens at Mesa Riverview. The movie theater implementing all kinds of new safety protocols like reduced capacity in auditoriums, requiring face masks, no refills on the popcorn or the soda, and enhanced cleaning. They're also encouraging guests to buy tickets online and pay with a credit or a debit card.
Next at 6:30, how much has really changed over the last 50 years? We speak with legendary producer of shows like The Jeffersons and All in the Family, Norman Lear, and get his take on the continued fight for equality and opportunity.
And for weeks, we have seen a major decline in the number of COVID positive cases here in Arizona, but there's some brand new data and it shows massive growth in one particular area of our city. Where that is in a moment.